Hi guys, so I'm back to share a little journal with you that I've just finished today. I've actually put a dangle on this one. I have not put a dangle on a journal in a long time, just because I'm so blind and it takes me forever to do the little close the jump rings and make the little circles on the head pins or eye pins, whatever I use. I think I use both in this case. But yeah, I'm too blind to do them. So anyway, I sat there for a long time and put this one together. It's just a mixture of all blue beads, some glass beads, some bluish shell beads, and there's a teeny tiny little silver heart up the top. I've put this on a lobster clasp, so you can take that off if you want. And it's got one of those brads with a hoop on it that you can hook it on. Okay, I'm going to turn that off because I can't see my camera if I'm on screen or not. Anyway, the journal cover is made from... got one here because I was going to make two. I was going to make a purple one as well, but ran out of time. Okay, it's made from a mac and cheese box, which I've used like 2 or 3 layers glued together. And when I make journals out of cereal boxes or food packaging or anything like that, I know a lot of people keep the spine on the box. But I don't do that just because I don't like, once I cover it in fabric, I never like the way that it folds and the way it sits. So I tend to cut that off and I just build a brand new spine, which is what I've done for this one. It's got a little scrap fabric heart on it. And that's the back. And I like it. It's hefty. It wasn't meant to be this fat. That's how he sits. It wasn't meant to be this fat, but I was going to make it just an unembellished writing journal, but then I kept adding to it and he got a little bit chumpy. But I think if you take all the stuff out of it, out of the pockets, it's not so fat. Anyway, let's get into it. So the bead dangle you can take off if that annoys you, or put it up the top. Okay, so... this is, it's got a hidden spine, like the stitching is hidden. There's some fabric pockets, and I've used this fabric throughout to make some ruffles. And I've lined the inside with the same fabric as the outside of the journal. Since I had love notes on the front of the journal, I thought I'll put a few little postcards in there. So, well, they're not postcards. These are copies of actual letters that I've cut out of a stamp catalogue. Look at the writing. Isn't it beautiful? Sorry about the shadows. And I've just backed them with coffee dyed paper so that you can write on them. That's painty paper with a beautiful butterfly that is off a napkin. That's an envelope. It's got some little scrap of coffee dyed writing paper in there. I've got this little book with quotes and sayings and stuff about love. So this is Jane Austen, Pride and Prejudice, and then Genesis 29:20. There's a little heart charm there on a rusted little safety pin. That's some vintage lace. It's just a little flip up to write on. Oh, this is some papers I did last Valentine's Day. I made some Valentine's pack last year for my Etsy, and just coffee dyed papers with little hearts on them. Had a couple left over. This is from a 50s stamp catalogue. So just a mixture of papers, stamping. This is some vellum that's got little blue love hearts on it. Don't know if you can see. Little blue love heart pattern. More hand dyed papers. Even though I did a hidden stitching, I left the strings on the inside. I don't know, I just like them there. Some accounting paper. I love this old stamp catalogue. I have to show you it one day. Coffee dyed papers. It's the other side of the envelope. And I've put another one of those pages out of that love book. Oh, this is just a little journaling card. It was leftover scrap of jelly print. So I just made a little journaling card. Oh, you may not know, I got a jelly plate a while back. Actually, I got it for Christmas, but it was a bit of an early Christmas present, and I love it. I can't stop using it. Some dyed papers. That's just a little scrap fabric collage with a stamped butterfly. Little heart underneath that somebody sent me. I love the way these dyed papers came out. These were actually... this is some old office ink that I've had forever. I used to do a lot of work from home and had to stamp and sign stuff all the time, and this was left over from when I used to work, and I don't actually have like a blank stamp pad to use it now. I don't know where it's gone, but it's just one of the office stamping pads, and I used it to dye some papers. They turned out so cool. I really love it. Fabric ruffles. It's a little half page with a pocket and just got a little blue tag with a fabric tab on the top. And in this pocket, put a little ticket. This was from a Happy Mail from my friend James. He sent me some little tickets. And look at this little playing card. Isn't that so cute? I don't know where I got these from, but I've got a box and I thought it's got little love hearts on it. So I'm going to pop him in there. A little butterfly cluster. There's some dyed scrapbook paper, coffee dyed scrapbook paper, matte paper. This is a fabric pocket. When I say fabric pocket, it's not just the fabric. I glue like, I don't know, 4 or 5 book pages together, or I use a bit of scrap cardboard and I glue the fabric to it. We'll just tack the fabric to it and then I stitch the edges. Just so when you put your tags in and out, the fabric doesn't fray at the top. Little blue fairy card. And I've backed it with some blue paper. Oh, that was a little blue butterfly tag I made a while back. This paper underneath. This was an application form for something. I don't know what, but I loved it. It was green and it looked so nice, and the back was blank. So it was perfect for junk journals. This was a card that somebody sent me ages ago, and I've just cut the other side of the card off because it had the writing in it, and I've laid it with some scrap blue fabric, a little bit of lace there, and then I've backed it with some thick paper, to make a journaling card. And just a little blue paper clip with a little blue bead on it. That little blue bead was meant to go onto the charm, but by that stage I was like so blind. I was like, no, this little bead is going onto a paper clip. So he just hangs over the edge. This is coffee dyed paper with some of that blue ink. And I love how that turned out. So cool. That's a little doily that I've just stitched on. Actually, no. I think this... No, it's not stitched. I glued this on, actually. I usually sew everything like that, but I think I had already sewn the signature into the journal, so I glued him in. That was from my grandmother's. That's the other side of that application form. See, don't they look cool? I just love them. It's a bit of fabric. This is just a little, like a candy bag. I've got an old sheet that had little angels on it. So this is just a piece of that sheet on some music paper sewn on. And just some little writing space in there. That flips out. This is that marbled paper that Geo sent me. Oh, I'm talking like you know, because I just filmed a Happy Mail video just before this one, and she sent me a journal, and I think I showed this marbled paper in there. Feels like the same video, but really beautiful. That's some lace. I've just put a little handmade envelope in there. I had a blue butterfly stamp. That's an actual postage stamp. And there's just some writing, coffee dyed ledger paper in there for writing. This is some scrapbook paper, which you won't often see in my journals, but a few years ago, actually about 4 years ago now, I found 3 or 4 books of scrapbook paper at a charity op shop, and I picked them up, but I don't really use it. It's not my thing, but here and there I'll use a little piece of it. That's just some more writing paper to write your little love notes on. And this is actually a teddy bear. I'll show you. I was given this magazine, Posh & Co, the Valentines collection, years ago. It's like 2016. And it's just a catalogue for Valentine's gifts. And look, it's got roses and stuff that I was going to cut out to use for embellishments. But there's a whole bunch of little teddy bears in there. And I thought they were pretty cute. Look, I'm not one of those girls that likes things like teddy bears with love hearts and roses on Valentine's Day and stuff. But I thought he was pretty cute. He had big feet, so I just cut him out, backed him with coffee dyed paper, and he's just like a little journal card in a teddy bear shape now. Excuse me. This is some beautiful fabric off a sari or something like that. It's quite a large piece, so I folded it over and stitched it on the top, so it's like a flip. This fabric was either from Crafty Angel Christine or Gypsy Girl Crafts Pamela. I can't remember who, because I think they both sent me some little boho fabric from memory, but it's one of those two. They actually both have YouTube channels, and I'll put their links down below. Christine's another recycler. It's a coffee dyed card I thought you could use for journaling, and just another little blue tag. This is fabric as well. I love it. It's so beautiful. It's got that kind of paisley design on it. It's just a little fold out, little piece of applique there. This is just one of those little shopping dockets. Oh, I called them shopping dockets in that video, and I had to change the title because you don't call them shopping dockets in America like we do in Australia, but cash register receipts. Did a little video just making some little cash register receipts, notebooks for journals. They're just pretty much cash register receipts that have been coffee dyed, sewn together with a bit of scrap fabric. I'll put the link to that video down below. I've just stamped them. I've put on a bulb pin here a little, you can see, this is a little locket. It's teeny weeny, see? It actually does open. I don't want to open it though because my big fat fingers, it's too fiddly for me to try and close again, but it is a little locket and it does open and close. And I've twisted the top of it so that it sits flat on the bulb pin. And I've just put that little notebook over the page. You can take it out or glue it in or whatever with it. And that's that beautiful marble paper from Geo. Oh. And in the back I've just put, this one doesn't look like a love note. Looks more official. Maybe the divorce papers in the mail. Backed with some, I think it's book page. You know, the end of a chapter where you've got some blank paper. I shouldn't say divorce. Ignore me. Oh my gosh. Anyway, that's it. I love it. There's that little glass bead. So cute. I love the feel. He feels really hefty. Anyway, that's my little version of a Valentine's Day journal. And he'll be in my Etsy shop if anyone's interested. And I think I'm back on YouTube at long last. Okay, that's it. Stop waffling. I'll catch you later. Bye.